From a father who fuses his daughter with the family dog only to get murdered by a serial killer shortly afterward, to a guy who sends a text message to the past and accidentally turns his best friend into a woman. These are the highest-rated anime of all time, starting with Steins Gate. This is the story of a mad scientist, a self-proclaimed genius who accidentally invents a time machine inside his crappy apartment using nothing but a microwave and a cell phone. Things get completely insane when, after witnessing the murder of one of the world's greatest scientists, he sends a text message to his friend about what happened, and somehow the girl who was supposed to be dead suddenly appears alive right in front of him. After that, he keeps changing the timeline over and over again until he accidentally helps cause World War III. And somehow it all leads to one of the greatest endings in anime history. Speaking of endings, what about an anime everyone thought had already ended for good, only to come back 10 years later? We're talking about Bleach. Imagine you're chilling one night when a samurai ghost shows up fighting a masked monster. Then you accidentally steal her powers and become a samurai ghost yourself. That's basically Ichigo's life. A normal teenager who now works the night shift exterminating ghosts. For years, he fought increasingly powerful monsters until he finally reached the last arc of the story. And my friend, that's when things get completely out of hand. Warriors who spent over 300 episodes looking completely invincible start getting folded like background characters. Ichigo discovers that he's been part ghost, part monster, part pepperoni pizza since the very beginning. And on top of that, several iconic characters die. But do you know who absolutely refuses to die? Frieren. She's the legendary mage who, alongside her friends, defeated the Demon King and saved the world. So what does she do afterward? Retire, because nobody wants to work forever. The problem is that Frieren is an immortal elf. Then, one day, one of her old companions dies of old age, and she realizes something kind of terrifying. She spent 10 years traveling with those people and barely knew them at all. So Frieren sets off on a new journey toward a magical place where people supposedly get to see those they've lost. Everyone underestimates her because she's short, quiet, and adorable. But she's also the most powerful mage on the planet. And speaking of small and adorable things, let's talk about ants. Although the ants in Hunter x Hunter aren't exactly adorable, everything starts when Gon's dad leaves to buy milk and never comes back. So Gon sets off on a journey to find him. So far, pretty normal. But along the way, he fights in giant battle towers, takes on a gang of superpowered criminals, gets absolutely destroyed by a creepy clown, and then later asks that same clown for help winning a dodgeball match inside a video game. Even after all of that, his greatest enemy ends up being ants. Not normal ants. Human-eating ants. And by the time anyone realizes how serious the situation is, there's already an entire colony capable of wiping out humanity. Their king is born so powerful that almost nobody can even challenge him. And somehow the anime manages to make you root for the villains while questioning the heroes. But if Hunter x Hunter is famous for having one incredible arc, what do you say about an anime that's incredible the entire way through? Of course, we're talking about Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood. Everything starts when two brothers do what any emotionally stable person would do after losing their mother. They try to bring her back to life. The result? Edward loses an arm and a leg, while Alphonse loses his entire body and ends up as an immortal suit of armor that never gets tired and never gets hungry. From there, the two travel the world, searching for a way to get back what they lost. And along the way, they witness every disaster imaginable. A father who fuses his own daughter with the family dog, serial killers, and even an army of immortal zombies. There's even a guy who literally created 7 different versions of himself. And the craziest part is that all of it ties together as part of a conspiracy that was being built right in front of our faces from the very beginning. What's truly impressive is that most anime are great at one thing. Maybe they have great fights, great characters, or a great ending. Full Metal decided to do all 3 at the same time, which explains why, even after all these years, it still sits at the top of almost every greatest anime list ever made. And now I want to know, what's your list of the greatest anime of all time?